Yeah, this is Kirk Allen with Edgar County Watchdogs. We're here with State Representative Darren Bailey and Blaine Wilhauer down here in Clay County for your court hearing today. Mr. Bailey, would you care to comment as to what you anticipate is going to take place today?
What I anticipate should take place is a complete upholding of the law in Illinois, which has been abused for a long time. That's why I decided to run for office. That's why Blaine decided to run for office. Our group, known as the Magnificent Seven, with Chris Miller and Brad Halbrook and Alan Skillicorn and Dan Calkins and John Cabello, we're sick and tired of the abuse of government that's been taking place, and we're going to stand up. I'm going to stand up for the people of the state of Illinois, for the people in my district, and do whatever it takes. This whole idea came about 2 weeks ago, and Jose Durbin, we were delivering masks, and he just leaned up to me and he said, "We ought to sue the governor." And I'm like, "You're crazy, that ain't going to happen." And then there was a chain of events that happened after this that built up to this, and we were led to Tom DeVore, who literally had everything ready. And even as late as this weekend, Chicago lawyers from the from that area up there called us to put what we believe to offer us the nail in the coffin. So this governor has been overreaching this whole entire time. I totally understand and get that we need to we need to take this health concern seriously, but this is all in black and white. That's what's going to be shown today. That's what we're going to have available. This is all in the Illinois Department of Public Health's guidelines, which interestingly enough was revised as early as March 2nd with Dr. Nzinke's name on it, and every bit of this is in here. And this governor has been hoping that the people of Illinois, you guys, wouldn't get your hands on this stuff, and justice will prevail at the end of the day. So right now, this is about our constitutional rights being abused by a governor who either doesn't understand the law or is duly trampling the rights. I believe Mr. Pritzker, Governor Pritzker, is acting out of concern. I believe that. But when we act out of ignorance, we get to where we're at. And there's too many people in the state of Illinois. This document with the Illinois Department of Public Health, it even addresses that a quarantine is a bad idea because it will destroy our economy. It says it in that. So no, that's what this is about. This is about the people of Illinois waking up and rising up and saying enough is enough for government, and let's take our state back.
Have you ever seen anywhere in history that we quarantine healthy versus the sick?
Not that I know of, no. So here we are, and if we just lay low, and if we stop, and if we don't speak up, and if everybody continues to fear and panic, we know exactly where that's going to take us.
Well, thank you very much. Representative Wilhauer, have you got anything like that?
Well, I echo most of what Darren said there, but ultimately what we're looking for is accountability. We're looking for transparency on these things that we are not getting. We recognize some of these things may need to take place, but when government, especially when one branch of government takes draconian actions that, limits our personal liberties, destroys our livelihoods, there needs to be over-the-top transparency on this stuff. Even if some of these things are warranted, that can be up for discussion, but we are a co-equal branch of government, and we're getting no say in this. The people of Illinois have no mechanism to hold the governor accountable on this. We don't know what data he's looking at. We don't know what kind of, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of information that he needs to be sharing with at least with the legislature. If we're going to be taking these actions, we're not getting that stuff. The people have a right to have some sense of accountability, some sense of transparency from the governor. And if it just keeps on going on like it's going on, we're never going to get that. So there comes a time where you do have to stand up, you do have to take some bold action, and you got to give the people the voice. That's what we're elected to do, and that's what we're here doing. And I support Representative Bailey and what he's doing, and I'm fully on board. Well, it's not an us thing. It's giving these folks out here, giving them a voice. That's what this is all about.
On the subject of transparency, at any time has the governor shared any statewide recovery numbers from the COVID-19?
He's not. He hasn't been extremely forthcoming with that. And you know, we also need to see. It was a long time before we even got any hospital data. This whole thing was put into effect so we would, you know, not overwhelm the capacity of our hospitals. They weren't even putting that information out. Dr. Ezike last week was asked about, you know, comorbidities present in some of these people that died. She said she didn't have that information. That's completely unacceptable. If we're taking these kind of actions and you say you don't have that information, why not? Why would you not have that? How is that responsible? How is that responsible governance? How can we be confident that our governor is making good decisions if they're saying in their press-free press conferences that they don't have that information? New York City puts that information out every single day. You know, we've got to. How can that not be important? We've got to identify who is vulnerable to this and target them strictly on that. We can't do that if that information is not out there. I sure hope that he has it and he's not giving it, which is not a good thing, but it'd be a terrible thing if he's not even looking at it. But we have no way to know, and that's the whole point of this thing.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I want to let the people know that you know, although that this is a lawsuit in my name, it was recommended by the attorney that this be one person be on this, and so that it would streamline faster and open the door. So I know you know, the representatives that I mentioned before, I know they've been asked by their constituents why they you know, why weren't they a part of this, and class action or any number of people would only hinder this process. That's what I've been told by you know, my attorney Tom DeVore. So.
Sounds good. Well, thank you very much. Good luck today in court.
All right, thank you. Thank you, guys.